Some things are just meant to be impossible, like teaching a badger to play the trombone or finding a politician who tells the whole truth. Or, for that matter, building a world-beating fighter jet on a shoestring budget that can take on the giants from America and Russia. The rulebook says you need a blank check from the government, 1,000 acres of top-secret hangars, and the combined brainpower of a small city, but then you have the Swedes, a nation famous for sensible cars, flat-pack furniture, and a healthy dose of quiet determination. They looked at the rulebook for building fighter jets and, in a typically Swedish way, probably said, "Nej, that seems a bit silly." They decided to do it their own way. They decided to build a jet that was not only brilliant in the air, but also practical on the ground. To understand the Gripen, you have to understand where it comes from. Sweden, a country that spent the entire Cold War living next door to the enormous and often grumpy Soviet Union. Imagine having a bear as your neighbor, a very big bear with a lot of tanks and a questionable temper. You wouldn't build a fancy, delicate fence. You'd build a smart, strong, and incredibly practical one. You'd also want a very, very fast dog that could be ready to go at a moment's notice. That's the thinking behind the Gripen. It wasn't designed to show off at air shows, it was designed for survival. The Swedes knew they could never match the Soviets plane for plane. That would be like trying to outdrink a Scotsman, a noble but ultimately doomed endeavor. So they had to be cleverer. Their plan wasn't to meet the enemy in one big, glorious battle. Instead, their strategy was to scatter. Here's a fact that will scramble your brain. Most modern fighter jets are utterly useless without a massive, perfect, and very expensive airport. They need long, smooth runways, complex ground support equipment, and armies of technicians. They are, in a word, divas. The Gripen, however, is the absolute opposite of a diva. It looks at a standard airport and thinks, "That's nice, but a bit much, isn't it?" This jet was specifically designed to operate from a simple stretch of road. Yes, you read that correctly. Your morning commute could be the Gripen's next runway. The Swedish Air Force developed a system called Bas 90 during the Cold War. The idea was to disperse their aircraft all over the country to avoid them being wiped out in a single strike. This meant creating small hidden air bases, often using sections of the national road network. The Gripen was built to thrive in this environment. The Gripen was designed for a pit stop that would make a Formula One team weep with envy. A single technician and a small team of conscripts can refuel, rearm with missiles and cannon shells, and have the jet ready for its next mission in under 10 minutes. 10 minutes. In the old days, a great fighter pilot was the one with the best eyesight and the steadiest hands. Today, it's all about information. The pilot who knows the most wins. And the Gripen is one of the brainiest jets ever built. Its entire philosophy is about giving its pilot godlike awareness of everything happening around them. Saab calls this net-centric warfare, which is a fancy way of saying the jet is a genius at sharing information. It's less of a lone wolf and more of the alpha of a highly intelligent wolf pack. A Gripen can silently share huge amounts of data from its radar, sensors and weapons with other Gripens in the air, with commanders on the ground and even with ships at sea. Imagine 4 Gripens flying towards a target. Only one of them needs to turn on its radar to find the enemy. The other 3 can keep their own radars off, staying electronically silent and invisible. But they can all see what that one radar sees, and they can all launch missiles using that data. The enemy pilot sees one threat on their screen but gets attacked by 4 jets from different directions. It's a devastatingly clever tactic. Just when you think the Gripen can't get any cleverer, Saab goes and gives it a major tune-up. The latest version, the Gripen E, which really hit its stride in 2024, is not just a minor update, it's a significant leap forward. Think of it as going from a brilliant sports car to a full-blown supercar. The first thing they did was give it more grunt. It now has a new engine, the General Electric F414. This is the same family of engine used in the F/A-18 Super Hornet, and it gives the Gripen E significantly more thrust. More thrust means it can climb faster, fly faster, and carry more stuff. With that extra power comes the ability to carry more fuel and more weapons. The engineers redesigned the airframe slightly, moving the landing gear to create more space. This means the Gripen E has a longer range and can stay in a fight for longer. It can carry a wider variety of advanced weapons, including long-range air-to-air missiles like the Meteor and powerful air-to-ground munitions. The real magic of the 2024 updates, however, is on the inside. The Gripen E features a new, more powerful AESA radar, the Raven ES-05. An ESA radar is the holy grail of fighter technology, combined with its new infrared search and track, or IRST system, a passive sensor that looks for the heat signature of enemy aircraft. The Gripen E can find and target its enemies without even making a sound on the electronic spectrum. It can see everything while remaining a ghost. It's one thing for a manufacturer to say their product is brilliant, but, it's another thing entirely to hear it from the people who actually use it every day, whose lives honestly depend on it. Air forces around the world, from Brazil to South Africa, from Hungary to Thailand, have chosen the Gripen, and their experiences really reveal why this jet is so special. Take Brazil, for example. Brazil is a huge country with vast remote areas to patrol, including the Amazon rainforest. They needed a jet that could cover long distances, operate from austere bases, and have cutting-edge technology that they could help develop themselves. Then you have countries like the Czech Republic and Hungary, both NATO members. They need a fighter that can fully integrate with NATO forces, participate in complex international exercises, and provide a credible defense for their skies, all without breaking their defense budgets. The Gripen has proven to be a star performer in this role. Czech and Hungarian Gripens regularly participate in NATO's Baltic air policing missions. Let's talk about the elephant in the room: money. Fighter jets are, ruinously expensive. The price tag to buy one is just the beginning. The real cost comes from flying and maintaining it. This is where the Gripen pulls off perhaps its most impossible trick. It delivers top-tier performance at a fraction of the cost of its rivals. It's the supercar of the skies that you can actually afford to run. Saab designed the Gripen from day one to have the lowest possible operational cost in its class. How did they do it? By being clever. They used a single, highly fuel-efficient engine instead of two. Remember that 10-minute turnaround time? That doesn't just save time, it saves a colossal amount of money in manpower and ground support equipment. The Gripen's low flight hour cost means pilots can spend more time in the cockpit, honing their skills and mastering the aircraft's advanced systems. A well-trained pilot in a Gripen is often more dangerous than a less practiced pilot in a more advanced jet. As we stand here in August of 2025, the story of the Saab Gripen is more remarkable than ever. It's a story that began with a seemingly impossible challenge. A small, neutral country setting out to build a fighter jet that could defend its borders against a superpower. They succeeded beyond anyone's wildest dreams, not by copying the competition, but by forging their own path. They created a machine that was tough, smart, adaptable, and affordable. A jet built not for airshow glamour, but for the brutal realities of modern warfare. The Gripen's legend is built on a foundation of clever thinking, the ability to operate from a simple road, the 10-minute pit stop that puts Formula One to shame. The latest Gripen E, with its more powerful engine, advanced radar, and formidable electronic warfare suite, is the ultimate expression of this philosophy. It has taken all the lessons learned from its predecessors and honed them to a razor's edge. It continues to attract new customers around the world, countries that recognize the unparalleled value and capability it offers. It stands as a powerful testament to the fact that you don't need the budget of a small planet to build one of the world's best fighter jets. You just need a very good idea and the determination to see it through. So the Gripen continues to do what it has always done. It makes the impossible possible. It defies expectations, surprises the experts, and provides a formidable defense for the nations that fly it. It is more than just a fighter jet. It's a symbol of ingenuity, a triumph of the underdog, and a masterclass in smart engineering. And you can be absolutely certain that it hasn't finished surprising us yet, not by a long shot.